Dear student, we are going to talk about this concept of never give up attitude. Very important. Anyone who has become successful in life has gone by this attitude. Nobody can achieve anything until and unless they have this attitude in them. You know, if you're a quitter, you're never going to win. There's a very old saying, quitters never win, winners never quit. I am sure you must have heard of it. So you don't have to have that quitting approach. There are many candidates among you who during, self-criticism session or analyzing session, you tend to lose your confidence. So by the time you go down to the final group task, you're already looking down. Why? You are there to give your best performance. Who are you to analyze? You are being analyzed by the SSB officials. So why are you getting disturbed? So never give up attitude is very, very important. Your cheerfulness, your liveliness should remain to the very last. Let me explain you more on this so that you can understand. See, there was this King Solomon. I am sure you must have heard the story, where the King Solomon was sitting by a place and he saw the spider keep trying to climbing up and all the time falling down. But what did King Solomon did? He saw that he had already lost a war, battle, whatever you call it, and he was sitting and watching this. And this inspired him. This inspired him because he saw that the spider can try again and again. Why not me? There are numerous such invaders. There are numerous such people. Numerous such personalities who have gone through this. It's human nature. People like to pull you down. But it's for you that you have to give it up. You have to rise up. And when you do that again and again, you never give up, what happens? People get inspired by you. Have you seen football matches? Have you seen cricket matches? You have seen basketball matches? You realize why the sports are being supported in the armed forces? It is being supported to develop that attitude in you. That killing spirit, that spirit to win. How can I trust you the security of the nation if you don't have the spirit to protect it? Do you have the habit to surrender? So what will you do in the borders? You will surrender. So we are not looking at that. We're looking at the never give up attitude. We want you to fight. We want you to have the Josh. Of course, the Josh doesn't have to be only Josh. It has to be with the horse. It has to be with the certain set of wisdom, certain set of enthusiasm, certain set of spirits, right? Same thing is very important for your life. Whenever you have this never give up attitude, you are a winner. Sooner or later, you are a winner. So please, all of you, please express this in your stories, in your words, in your SRTs. You should never have this attitude. You should also never have this attitude in your GTO attitude whenever you're giving your group obstacle race. Come on, show the spirit even in the obstacle task or anything for that matter, even in the command task for that matter. And of course in the interview whenever you questions. So please never give up and be a winner. God bless you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Dear students, you always know that this concept of liveliness, the moment you see a smiling face, it's infectious. The moment you see a smile, you get infected by it and you also start smiling. How beautiful it is. The spirit of life. Same thing is about liveliness. So if you as a leader are not lively, you are already looking very, very sad, very in a morose kind of condition and you looking very, very down. Trust me, people will be running away from you. That's life. Life is all about dancing. Life is about celebrating. Now, dancing doesn't mean literally dancing. Dancing means dancing with the spirits in your life. The encouragement, the happiness, the positivity should always be alive in you. We are going to elaborate this so that you can learn this, how you are going to express, and you should adopt it also. It's not about expression, but adoption. So learn. When we go further into these stories, when you have a character in the story who is very lively, who tends to inspire, motivate the other people, it's a beauty. It is certainly a beauty because that is spirit of leadership. Similarly, when you go down into words and you tend to have a very positive approach about cheerfulness, liveliness, that's beautiful. Similarly, in the situation reactions, many times when you find your friend a little gloomy and you write in that you'll go and cheer him up, take him out, or talk about different things, and you are a very good human being. That's exactly what they're looking at. We are also looking at your disposition also. You should have a cheerful. Will that come? It will only come if you believe in positivity. You believe that you're going to get selected, though you should not be under stress of getting selected. You should enjoy your performance. If you focus with your performance and you don't panic how the other people look at you or how they evaluate you, or you don't do comparative study. There are a lot of people who do comparative study that, am I doing good, or the other person, their performance graph falls down. Never compare yourself. You are unique, you are special, and you got to prove that. So keep your liveliness up and you're going to do wonderful. The moment you're lively, the moment you are always cheerful, everybody likes you. They connect with you. Everybody who loves hope. You look at the truck, right behind the truck it is written, hope is life. Am I right? Asha hi jeevan hai. So the same thing applies here. So if you do not have that, everything is wrong. So be lively, be a good leader, cheer up people, be a motivator, be an inspiring personality, and that's how leadership really happens. Till the very last of the conference, you should be positive that you will get selected. If the result goes against you, never mind. There's again going to be a tomorrow. There's always going to be a Sunday. Next day, there's going to be a sun which is going to rise and greet you. So remember, the positivity should remain in you. And that means your liveliness should be there on your face, in your heart, in your soul. God bless you. Thank you very much, Jane. Dear student, we'll be talking about this concept of adaptation during your SSB stay. See, why do they make you stay in the barracks? Have you ever thought about that? Actually, they make you stay in the barracks because they want to look how you adapt yourself to the barracks and to the people there. If you are grumpy and you don't want to adapt to them, it is unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. Because what you're looking, you are very poor in adaptation. Remember, in the armed forces, you'll be posted all over the country. You'll be going to different places. You'll be living with people from different culture, different systems, whatsoever. And at that point of time, if your adaptation is poor, it's going to be a very bad journey. So we look for people who are adapting, who tend to appreciate people, who tend to live happily with them, and they adapt to everything. Now, this will be observed in different things while you complete SSB stay. Of course, during your test also, they will identify it. If you are looking at it, I'll tell you in detail, like in story writing also. In your VAT, in your SRTs, they will identify this. Of course, when you keep on staying in the interview, they'll ask you these questions. In the GTO task, you will be having adaptation need, And, like going down to a mess, if you have all the complaints of the world. Now tell me one thing, when you are gone to a place which is outside and the food is being prepared for huge numbers, automatically the food is not going to be as good as your mother's, right? So there, your adaptation, the quality of adaptation seeks you to adjust to that. But there are some people who go and complain, this is bad, this, that. If you have such problems of your complaint, then you better stay home. Stay with your mama, papa, if that is it. But if you really want to go ahead, there'll be ups and downs. The mountain road is curvy, high, and quite rough. Never mind, that's the way it goes. So you all people need to have good adaptation. You don't have to be complaining. You have a tendency to get irritated with everyone. You have a high quality class. Please go and join the hotel management business and stay there. But if you want to join the armed forces, be ready for everything. Though you will get the best. Trust me, you will get the best. You will create the best. But your belief that everything should be spick and span, it's not going to happen. So please have adaptability, quality, and that's exactly what they're looking at. Even in your stories, when you show a character and you show that he adjusted fast, it's going to work. Similarly, everywhere, how many friends you made, they will ask you even in the conference. So these all things you have to be understood by you. You have to adapt yourself, and God bless you. You surely will understand this point. Thank you very much. Jain. Dear students, this concept of recommending friends as probable candidates, it's a beautiful trick of the psychologist, it's a beautiful trick of the interviewer, it's also a beautiful trick in the conference. Why they do that? They want to look at your team spirit. They want to look at the way you analyze things. Are you a self-loving person, or are you a person who mixes with the team? That's exactly what they're going to identify. So if you are having no recommendation for any friends and you think you are the best who's to be getting selected, I think there is a problem somewhere. I'm not saying that you will recommend everyone whom you think is bad, but somebody must have performed somewhere excellent. Suppose they've done very well in group discussion. Do appreciate them that such as number so and so did very well. Similarly in other activities also. So appreciation speaks about your team spirit. I will elaborate on this a little more, but you need to understand that. Is it clear? Okay. Now we come down. How? How does this appreciation really make? You know what happens is that when we appreciate others also as a team spirit, that they will also get selected, we are a secure people. We are a confident people. We not only think about ourselves, we are also thinking of the others. And we want to create a team. So we have to be appreciative of others. If we are not appreciative of others, we have a problem. We have a serious psychological problem. There are some people, if you will notice, very critical. Whenever they are told to compare people, they tend to look down upon people. They tend to pick up criticism for the other person on some account or the other. Why? Because they are self-loving, they are selfish, and they don't have a team spirit. And now this is unfortunate. On the long run, our entire civilization lives as a family. And if we do not understand this now, we are going to suffer. Already battles are sounding everywhere around because of this lack of proper education. I call this proper education. This education that we believe we must have an approach of live and let live has to be there. I'm not saying that you should be scared of battle. After all, you're going to join the uniform. But unnecessary trouble. Why? Because you have a selfish approach. You are only thinking of yourself. So the moment you do that, you automatically, what will you do? You'll land up not recommending others. You'll not land up not appreciating others. This approach is very much there also while you're doing your group planning and you are appreciating others' ideas. In group discussion, when you're appreciating others' ideas. When in situation reaction tests, you are thinking of others. So this approach is very important. Similarly, in the conference, when they ask you, you should recommend. You should say, sir, as I saw from close angle in my group, so-and-so chess number did very well in this. Or I'm telling you, be objective. I'm not saying that you have to be holistic in your approach. Whatever you found him in excellent or her in excellent, in that you should appreciate. Now this sense of appreciation is high maturity. This speaks of how you are. If you do look down upon others, let me tell you, you are sowing the wrong seed. The moment you look down upon others, you are also being looked down upon. So this process is being constructed to identify your psychological projection. So I hope you've understood that you should appreciate others and you should enjoy each other's company. No one is perfect. There is no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean that we have to look down upon others. We have to appreciate them in their own colors. And this is something which is going to help you to develop a good organization, enjoy your life in a better spirits. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Dear students, we're going to talk about this, particularly in SSB. They will ask you, how will you score yourself on a scale of 10 in 3 tests? Now here comes wisdom. Here comes truth. Here comes integrity. Here comes your own evaluation and own understanding of yourself. No one has got a right to give 10 out of 10 in all the 3. Number one. Why? Because there is always place for improvement. Anyone who is really self-motivated, a good analytical person, a boy or a girl, they know that they cannot be the very best. They still have a lot to do. So similarly, you don't have to scale yourself out of 10 in 10, out of in the 3 tests or in any for that matter. There's always going to be a need for improvement. Now, I want to explain this in a little more depth so that you can understand why it has been created. Dear students, when we go into the depth of this exercise of why they want to scale you out of 10, they actually want to see, are you aware of yourself? Do you have an eye which opens its vision to self-analysis as well? There are many people who love themselves to that extent that they think east or west they are the best, which is wrong. Actually, everyone requires improvement and everyone must improve. When a person is not ready to improve, they think they are the best. Anyone who believes that they can never err or they don't accept the mistake, trust me, they are not good as friends also. As organization members, certainly not. Similarly, you are possible, you will do some mistake or the other. It is better to admit, because admitting is the first step to correcting. The moment you admit your mistake, you accept. Now, you don't have to lie and cheat, but I'm talking about any shortcoming in your activities. You should admit. Yes, sir, I've done this, I could have done better. That's exactly what we're looking. That is why we ask you this, to scale yourselves, because we want to see how you scale yourself. In your psychology test, if you've not been able to complete all of the things, you certainly will scale yourself 7, 6 out of 10, right? Because you've not been able to complete. Similarly, in interview, if you've not been able to answer few questions, which will certainly be the case, 1 or 2, you can certainly say 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Or even if you have given all the answers, but some of the answers you think could have been better, you can again scale yourself. Similarly, in group tasks, you'll find that in certain areas you may have not done well in GD, or you may not have done well, or your group must not have done well in group planning exercise or obstacle. You can scale because it was the group activity was your responsibility. You could have worked it out. So nevertheless, the entire aspect of educating you how to scale is just to make you understand that you need to be mature enough to accept your mistake and agree that you can always evolve. And this approach is going to help you in your life. Even if you pick a life partner, the life partner who accepts mistake, who is ready to correct, is a better life partner than a life partner who believes is infallible, does no mistake whatsoever. So that life partner, you should never, never, never make them your partner for a lifetime. You will cry. Similarly, we would also not like to catch hold of a person who thinks east or west they are the best. We want you to accept your mistake, accept your shortcomings, and be alert and improve on it. That's exactly what we're looking at. That is why this question has been disguised and given to you. Hope you've understood. I'm sure you will be able to now grade yourself properly. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.